Okay, so welcome everyone to Comfort Yoga. I'm Allison and I'm here with Sevda.
Hi.
So we missed her last week, but we're glad to have her back this week. I just wanted to just keep this brief that it's important for us as this confinement keeps going on and we get a little frustrated to keep doing self-care. That's really important. And so it's a nice thing to come to your mat or maybe run, walk, meditate, whatever it is you do to fill your cup and to feel, to just renew your energy and to kind of make it through this long haul. But I like to think about it's not just filling your cup and taking care of yourself, but you showing up for you at yoga or whatever. It's really you taking care of all the people around you. So it's nice to think about if I go on this run, it's not just for me, it's also to be a better spouse or a better friend or a better daughter or sister or whatever it is. So it's just nice to think about showing up today is for us, but also for all the people around us that we're trying to be there for. So thank you for being here with us today. So we're going to do a bit more of a flow practice. It can get challenging, especially if you don't know all the sequences, so just do it at your own pace. We'll do it slowly first and then kind of flow through it, but just really, take a break if it's too much, or just do what you can where you are, and maybe adjust and just listen to your body and just be where you are today. So with that, let's just start in a comfortable seated position. And let's just start with some breathing. So yoga is really about bringing your breath, combining breath to movement. So we're just gonna leave the day behind. Maybe sigh, a big sigh of relief of you've arrived. There's nothing to do right now except for just being on your mat. And let's just start breathing. In yoga, we really breathe just through our nose. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. And there's a slight constriction in your throat when you're exhaling, so you can kind of hear the sound. It's like an ocean sound. So you're breathing in, and then as you exhale through your nose, there's a slight constriction, and you're hearing that sound come out. So it's kind of like the ocean and the waves. You inhale, and then exhale. So let's just do a few more breaths here. Just feeling your shoulders come down your back. So we kind of did a shoulder practice last time, so we scrunch our shoulders up when we feel kind of stressed. So really feeling those shoulders coming down your back, the backs of your shoulder blades coming together. So sit maybe a little bit taller here. And just as we're starting our practice, is there any place already that you feel like is maybe a little more tense, where you could just start to release even now? So maybe your jaw, your forehead, your throat, your shoulders, wherever that tension might be stored, just seeing if you can already release it a little bit with your breathing. So as you're ready, let's slowly open our eyes, and we're going to come straight into a standing pose. So coming into mountain pose, so just coming really tall. So just standing here, feeling your 2 feet grounded into the floor. Shoulders are down your back. You're opening your chest already. Shoulder blades are coming together and behind you. And then your spine is long. Your crown of your head is reaching up. Breathing here. And maybe spread your toes apart so you're really feeling that ground beneath you. So pressing down into the ground and growing taller. So just feeling a little bit taller here. Okay, so we're gonna start to flow already. So just matching your breath to each movement. So each different movement is maybe an inhale and then an exhale. And Seb's is gonna demonstrate a lot of it because my shoulder doesn't work perfectly, so she's gonna do a lot of it. So we're gonna inhale our arms up, and then exhale, we're gonna bend our knees and slowly fold forward. So let's just hang here for a few breaths. This is our first forward fold, so staying down. Maybe your knees are slightly bent, and that'll help your lower back so it doesn't feel too constricted. And especially the backs of our legs can feel pretty tight, so it's nice to have that bend in our knees here. So this is kind of called ragdoll, where you're kind of loose. You could sway from side to side. Again, there's that bend in your knees. So you're really releasing your spine. Just letting everything fall down. And then we're gonna come up halfway. So hands are kind of to your knees, and the back of your spine is really long here. Crown of your head is pointing forward. So you're really just halfway up, long spine, crown of your head pointing forward. Beautiful. And then let's fold forward. So inhale halfway up, and then exhale, fold forward. One more time, halfway up, fold forward, and then we're gonna roll our spine one vertebrae at a time, all the way up, back to mountain pose. So this is kind of a half sun salutation, what we call it in yoga. So mountain pose, so matching each movement gets one breath, either an inhale or an exhale. So we're gonna inhale, reach up, and then exhale, fold forward, bent knees. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. And then inhale, come all the way up. Let's reach up, inhale, and then hands to your heart center. So we're gonna do that 2 more times, really focusing on not how fast we're going, but just matching that breath to movement. So you hear that breath. Inhale up, exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach up. And then hands to your heart center. So one more time. Inhale. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach all the way up. And then exhale, fold forward. So we'll make this a little meditative. I'll stop saying all the movements, but just inhale and exhale. So let's do that one more time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale, hands to your heart center. So let's just found this is called mountain pose. So just find mountain pose again. Your hands can be to your heart center. Whatever feels good. Your feet are kind of hips width apart, so you feel really steady. Shoulders down your back, spine is long, crown of the head towards the sky. Breathing here. Maybe your eyes are closed, just centering yourself again. So we're gonna add on to that now. So that was kind of a half sun salutation. We're gonna do a full sun salutation, which kind of involves not a push-up, but a high plank, low plank. So it's a little more challenging. We're gonna break it all down. So coming to all the way to your front of your mat. So we're gonna start in the same way. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come halfway up. And then we're gonna plant our hands and step our right foot back. So it's this low lunge that we've done before. So now, the challenging part. You're gonna plant your two hands and come into what's like a high push-up. So Seb is gonna do it for us because my shoulder hurts. So you're gonna bring that left foot back and come into a high plank. So let's hold it here. So your hips are down a bit. So you're really a straight line. Your whole body is a straight line. You feel your core engaged because you don't want your belly to sink down. Really strong core. Pull your core in. Hold it here. Breathing. So you're really like this. Like you're standing, but you're pointing your body. You're horizontal. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna lower halfway down. Your shoulders are gonna stick into your body. Push-ups, they're usually out. In yoga, we keep our shoulders in. So you're gonna keep your shoulders in and slowly lower down. Slow, 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 keep going. And then you're gonna go all the way to the floor. Beautiful. Then we're gonna come into a little cobra. So that's just a little, just bending the upper part of your spine. And then we're gonna push back to child's pose here. So let's just stay here for a few moments. Again, coming back to your breath. So you're kind of creating this cocoon for your breath, where you should hear it, that inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So this is your resting pose. At any moment, you can always come into child's pose. It's kind of like our home base where you can always go back to if anything gets to be too much. One more deep breath here. Exhale, let's come into downward facing dog. So it's kind of an inverted V. So planting our hands, fingers spread. Perfect. So you're gonna bring your hips to the sky. Your head is down. So you're kind of like this V shape. Gorgeous. So breathing here. Bring your hips a little back. Perfect. So basically your heels are working towards the ground behind you. They might not get there. Creates a nice stretch in the back of your leg. Breathing here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. And then we're gonna step our right foot forward and come back into that low lunge. So we're back into that low lunge. Plant your hands and then engage your core, and we're gonna step that left foot forward. Come up halfway. Exhale, fold forward, and then we're gonna roll all the way up. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Beautiful. So that was a sun salutation. That's a lot of what we do in yoga is these sun salutations. So we're gonna do the other side now. So doing a little bit faster, matching breath to movement. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Exhale, halfway, and then you're gonna plant your hands and bring your left foot back. So you're in that high lunge. Now you're gonna plant your hands and come into that high push-up. So bring your right foot back, perfect. Let's stay here for 3, for 2, for 1, and then slowly lower down, keeping your elbows in. And then when you've had enough, you just come to the floor. Perfect. Coming into baby cobra, so you're just lifting your shoulders, so not too far up. Really keeping your belly on the floor. It's just the front part, your top of your spine. And then push back into child's pose. So coming back into your child's pose, into your resting pose. And then again here, forgetting what we've done, forgetting any effort, just coming back to your breath. So this is your safe place where you just come back to your breath, the sound of the ocean coming in and out. For 3, for 2, for 1, and then plant your hands coming into downward facing dog. So hips rise up to the sky, and you're really creating that V shape. Breathing here for 3, for 2, for 1, and then stepping that left foot forward, low lunge. Plant your hands, and then slowly bring that right foot forward. Coming up halfway. Exhale, fold forward, and then roll all the way up. Hands to your heart center, beautiful. So we're flowing with this, combining breath with movement. So we're gonna build on that. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, reach up, or halfway up. Plant your hands, right foot back, and then come back into that high plank. So you're coming into that high plank, and then lower all the way down. So lower 3, 2, 1, beautiful. Baby cobra, so just the front. And then coming into your child's pose for one breath here. Coming back to downward facing dog. So now we're gonna plant our right foot forward and coming into warrior one pose. So your right foot is forward, and then your back foot's planted at a 45-degree angle. Yeah, so come all the way up, and then maybe spread your feet apart this way so you feel really supported, so you're not wobbly. So you're not in a straight line. Perfect. And then as you're ready, bring your arms up to the sky. So this is our warrior one. Your front knee is bent over your front ankle. Then your back leg is really straight and strong. Beautiful. So this is your warrior one, your strong warrior one for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. And then bring your hands down. We're going to come into that high plank again. So high to low. Bring yourself slowly down to the floor. Engaging your core. Beautiful. Coming up halfway, and then push back to child's pose for one breath here, and then downward facing dog. So we're gonna flow right into it. Bring our left foot forward, our left knee is bent, and then our back foot is planted, 45-degree angle, perfect. So you're leaning into that front foot and that front knee. Your hips are moving towards being both forward, but they're probably not exactly there, and that's fine. And then bring your arms up. So again, you find the pose, you find the proper alignment, and then you kind of let it go and just come to your breath here. Shoulders down your back. Everything feels light. You feel steady and strong, but also bring some lightness to this. Maybe a little smile. For 3, for 2, for 1, beautiful. Let's just come straight into downward facing dog. So your 2 hands on the floor, step that left foot back, and this is your down dog. So this is your resting pose, another resting pose, but if it feels too much, you can always go into child's pose. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. So we're gonna build on this on these standing poses. So we're gonna step our right foot forward, come back into that warrior one. So we've already been there. So find your alignment, find your feet, feel steady, bring your arms up, and then breathe here for 3, for 2, for 1. So now we're gonna open up into warrior 2. So you step your back foot back a little bit more, and it's parallel to the back of your mat. Perfect. So you want a bit of a longer, more space between your 2 feet, and then you're gonna sink into it as much as you can. Breathing here. So you're really looking over that front middle finger. That's where you have your soft gaze. So your arms are kind of pulling in both directions so that you really feel centered here. Shoulders down your back. And then lightness to this. So maybe let's open up our palms to the sky. It kind of brings your shoulders down your back. And then see, can I sink maybe an inch more? Or less than an inch, or whatever it is. Just, can I go a little bit deeper? And then we're gonna bring our left hand to our left thigh, so behind you. And then bring your right arm up and you're leaning back, reverse warrior. So creating that nice stretch all along your side body here. Breathing here for 3, for 2. So staying with it, we're really strong. Your front knee is just as bent. Now you bring your front forearm to your front thigh. So this is supported warrior, and then your left arm over your head. Beautiful. So these are those beautiful yoga poses that could go onto Instagram where you just feel gorgeous and strong. Breathing in all directions. You're kind of reaching in all directions. You're reaching into the ground, reaching into the sky, opening up your side body. So this can be your next yoga picture at the beach. For 3, for 2, for 1. So let's come back to that warrior 2. Can you go a teeny bit deeper? We didn't think so, but maybe you can. And then let's release that. Let's come into downward facing dog. Let's maybe all come into child's pose, just so we can breathe here. So your arms can be forward. They can also be alongside you if that feels more relaxing on your shoulders. Your bottom and your hips are resting on your heels. And you're just breathing here, creating, again, coming back to your breath. So listening to that cocoon of breathing that you're creating to bring back your focus. Taking a few more moments here. And then making sure we don't get too comfortable. Let's come back to downward facing dog, because we do have our left side. So now we bring our left foot forward, coming back into that strong warrior 1. So again, your back heel is planted. It's at a 45-degree angle, so it's kind of, yeah, perfect, like 2 o'clock. Bending into your front knee. So find that alignment. And then just come back into your breath. Shoulders down your back, arms are up. Breathing here for 3, for 2, for 1. So now we're gonna open into that warrior 2. So maybe you're stepping your back foot back a little bit. It's parallel to the back of your mat. Breathing here. So again, you're finding that soft gaze. Beautiful. So kind of to create that lightness. Shoulders down your back. Looking over your front middle finger. Breathing here. Kind of feeling that tension if you're pulled backwards and forwards. And then sinking a little bit more. Beautiful. For 3. For 2. For 1. And then supporting yourself. Right hand on your right thigh. And then reaching up and back. So you really have this nice arc opening up your left side. For 3. For 2. For 1. And then your left forearm comes to your left thigh. And then you reach your right arm up and over your head. Beautiful. So it's really this nice straight line from your fingertips all the way to the back of your foot. Opening your chest up. The idea is opening your heart up to the sky. For 3. For 2. For 1. And then let's come back to that really strong warrior 2. So we're breathing into it, maybe sinking a teeny bit deeper. A teeny bit. Smiling. Remembering how strong and good this feels. And then we let it go. Bring your hands down. Let's come back into child's pose. Taking a few more breaths here. Just letting it all go. So not making a big story about this, about what just happened, was I good at it or not. Just letting it go, coming back to your breath. For 3. For 2. For 1. So we're going to do a few more, just building on these standing poses. So flowing with it a little bit more. Kind of like our sun salutations, but now with these standing poses. So 1 breath to 1 movement. And just being where you're at. If you want to go slower, that's totally fine too. So as you're ready, coming into downward facing dog. So again, let's just try 1 breath to 1 movement. Step your right foot forward, inhale, warrior 1. We're gonna exhale, open up, warrior 2. Inhale, reach back, and then exhale, reach forward and long. Inhale, coming back to warrior 2, and then exhale, let it all go, come back to downward facing dog. So We're just gonna go right away into the left. Left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Beautiful. Exhale, open, warrior two. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, reach forward and long. Inhale, coming back, warrior two. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. So let's just stay here for a few breaths. So you can kind of walk it out, bending one knee and then the other, kind of if you're walking with high heels, or so bending one leg, bending the other, kind of just releasing it. Finding how can this pose be restful? How can you come back to a steady breath? Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So we're gonna build on these standing poses. So let's come back to our warrior one. And then we're gonna open up to warrior two. And this is where we're gonna lengthen that front leg. So you're in your warrior two, straighten that front leg. And this is called triangle. So you're gonna reach forward with your right hand. Perfect. And then you're just basically gonna twist your body down. Beautiful. So you're keeping your legs straight, and then you're twisting your upper body around like this. Breathing here, beautiful, for three, for two, for one. And then let's just do our little challenge of the day, the crazy pose that we probably fall out of. So you're gonna bend that front knee, bring all your weight into that front foot. Keep your arms out, and then you're gonna, this is half moon pose. This is our big pose of the day. Bring your left leg up and then reach your right hand to the ground. Just wherever you're at. Or maybe if you have a water bottle or anything that you could put your right hand on, beautiful. So your left leg is up, and then you fall out, you just come back into it. This is our beautiful half moon pose of the day. For three, for two, for one. Gorgeous. Come back, warrior two. Okay, great. That was P pose. Bring your hands down. Let's come back into our downward facing dog. Okay, we're gonna bring our left foot forward. Warrior one. Exhale, open up, warrior two. This is where we're gonna lengthen that front leg. Reach your upper body forward, and then you're rotating it around. So you should feel a nice stretch in your inner left thigh. Breathing here for three, for two, for one. And then this is where we have fun with this. We bring our weight into our front left foot. Right arm is up, left arm is down. And then you raise that right foot to the sky. Beautiful. For four, for three, for two, for one. Okay, so let's just bring that right foot down and just do a ragdoll, hang forward. Beautiful. Okay, so that could be our P pose that we work towards, and then we do the next Instagram photo of that one because it's beautiful and you can hold it for a few seconds. So maybe putting clasping your hands behind your knees, whatever feels good, whatever feels like it's releasing your spine. And then again, coming back to our breath, so slowing our breath down here. Maybe shaking your head out from side to side. You could even let out a sigh. And then let's slowly roll up to standing. So let's just do a nice tree pose here in honor of Audrey and her family, who did a beautiful photo of everyone doing tree pose. So we're gonna do our forest here of trees. So bringing your right foot to the inside of your right thigh, or if that's too hard, it can be your calf. It should be right on your knee, but that's not good for your knee. So just bring that right foot on inside of your thigh or your calf. Your hips are level, hands to your heart center, shoulders down your back, and then find a point of focus. So that'll help you be steady here. And you can wobble. And then maybe you want to grow your tree, bring your branches up. But again, shoulders down your back. Create some lightness here. Hands to your heart center. Then gently bring down your foot. Maybe walk it out a little bit. Shake your hips out. And then just seamlessly bring your weight into your right leg, your left foot on the inside of your thigh or your calf, whatever feels better right now. Finding your balance, hands to your heart center, and then finding that point of focus. Soften your gaze. So even though we're putting a lot of effort into this, maybe making it look a little effortless with that softness in your face. Just finding that lightness. Okay, and then let's bring our feet down. Let's do a hip stretch here. So it's like a figure four. So you're gonna bring your right ankle over your left, right above your left knee. So kind of like this figure four. So it might feel a little tight. Maybe you're up like this more if your hips are really tight or the front of your hips are tight. So wherever you are, and then sinking into it. So it's supposed to release the backs of your hips here. Especially if you're sitting a lot, this can help. And then if you want, bring your hands forward. Just finding that lightness. Coming back to your breathing. Seeing if you can sit a little bit deeper. For 3, for 2, for 1. Beautiful. Okay, walking it out a little bit. And then bring your weight to your right foot. Your left ankle over your right knee. So above your knee. So finding that balance. And then sitting down. Just feeling that stretch, breathing into it, coming back to your breath. Maybe sitting a little bit deeper. For 3, for 2, for 1. Beautiful. So let's just bring our legs out, and this is kind of a deep forward fold. So your feet are still parallel. Your toes might be in a little bit compared to your heels, and then just folding forward here. So you want to just make this feel nice. Maybe you want a bit of bend in your knees, wherever it feels right for you. So we're just starting to slow it down now. So really coming back to your breath here. Where can you release? Maybe shaking out your neck. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So let's just do a gentle spinal twist. So you're going to bring your left palm right below where your head is. So you're leaving your legs where they are. Your left palm is here. And then your right palm is just basically going to open up. So this is just a gentle spinal twist. Breathing here. For 3. For 2. For 1, then bring your right arm down, putting that right below your face, and then bring your left arm open up to the side. So your hips are still really staying level. So you're twisting more in your upper spine. For 3, for 2, for one. Beautiful. So now let's come down to seated. So coming down to your mat to seated. And let's just come into a nice butterfly pose. So this is where your bottoms of your feet come together, your knees are open out. And you can kind of press down to open your knees a little further. And then leaning into this. So we're starting to turn a little more inwards now. So now let's come onto our backs. Let's just do a little bit more of that hip opener, so it's really similar to what we did standing. So coming down onto your back, your right knee is over your left thigh. So it's kind of that figure four again, and then you're weaving your arms around to the back of your left thigh and pulling that in. So you're pushing your right knee out, not too much, but just like the right knee is moving away from you as your left thigh is coming towards you. And I think different people will feel it in different places. If you're a runner, you might feel it on the front of your hips, or you might feel a nice opening on the back of your hips. So breathing here. So again, working to bring that right knee away from you while you bring your left thigh towards you. Breathing here. And then let's come back to our other side. So you're going to bring your left ankle right over your right knee, so over your right thigh. So you're pushing your left knee away as you're pulling your right thigh towards you. So you should really feel a nice stretch back here. So let's bring our 2 feet back to the floor. You're going to lengthen that left foot, bring your right knee in. And this is a gentle spinal twist. So bring your right knee towards the left. And then your shoulders are back on the floor. So it's a gentle twist. Your knee might not come all the way to the floor, and that's okay. And then coming back to center, let's lengthen our right leg, bring our left leg in, and then twisting, bring your left knee over to the right. It might not come all the way to the floor, and then your shoulders are back down on the floor. So it's a gentle spinal twist. And then coming back to center, let's do that butterfly pose again, but on your back. So bring your bottom of your feet together, your knees are out wide. And then if it feels good, bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, just feeling your breath. just going to do a gentle inversion to finish with. So you're going to bring your legs up to the sky. Your feet are sort of flexed. And just staying here, bring your shoulders again down your back. Your back of your neck is really long. You're kind of just reversing the flow of everything. And a nice thing to do for yourself if you ever need to kind of wind down is to do this up against the wall where your legs are up against the wall. So you feel a little bit more supported, and then you can just lie there. Now we're going to slowly bring our feet down. And we finish yoga by coming into Shavasana. So that's our final resting pose. So you want to find it whatever feels comfortable to you. So maybe it's lying all the way flat. You could have that butterfly pose if that feels better. Your knees could be bent. You could bring your knees together, your feet a bit apart if that feels better on your back. So you just want to find that comfortable resting pose. So it's kind of where you let your body just absorb the whole practice here. So we're going to lie here together for a few moments, just letting ourselves absorb the practice. So you're kind of letting go of that yoga breathing. Quite bedtime, but almost. Okay, so we're all gonna lie here together for a few more moments, just letting ourselves absorb our practice. So I'm gonna lead us through a body scan where this is a nice thing to do before bedtime, or just it's a form of meditation. Just bring your mind's eye to different parts of the body and kind of letting them release, especially if you're holding any last bits of tension anywhere. So with no effort, just bring your attention to different parts of the body as we work our way through from the top all the way to the bottom. Or we'll start from the bottom actually. So bring your focus to your toes, to the bottoms of your feet, to the tops of your feet and your ankle, to your calves. Feeling everything let go. To your knees, to your thighs. Just feeling everything let go. Bring your attention to your hips. And then to your belly. Just seeing if there's anywhere you can release. To your lower back. Moving up your spine to your upper back, to your shoulders. Just letting it all go. To your chest. To your upper arms. To your forearms. And then your hands, just letting it all go. And to your neck, to your chin, to your jaw, being sure there's no remaining tension in your jaw, just letting it go. To your mouth, to your nose, to your cheeks, to your eyes, to your forehead, to that spot between your eyebrows, just letting any remaining tension go. To your ears, to the back of your head, and then to the crown of your head. feeling your whole body let go, feeling supported by the ground beneath you. And we're slowly going to bring a little movement to our fingers and our toes. And then gently shaking your head from side to side. We're keeping our eyes closed here. Just bringing our awareness back to our surroundings, to any sounds reminding you where you are. And then as you're ready, gently bringing yourself to your right side. So curling up in a ball on your right side and staying here for a few more moments. If you can, bring the middle of your forehead to the ground. Just feeling really supported here. And then as you're ready, with your eyes closed, pushing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Just spending a few more moments here just focusing on your breath. And then bring your hands to your heart center, thanking yourself for taking you through this practice. And then together we close saying namaste.